Greetings, Keishlings. Keishprime here with my live reaction of My Hero Academia, Chapter 298. We're getting close to that 300. Let's see here. The title is Crumbling Sound. Alrighty, is that the crumbling of society now that the new era of villains is coming about, or what? It was our money that paid for that sushi, remember? What? Such a weird way to start the chapter. Not to mention your medical treatment. All that edited footage and Toga's new coat. Oh wait, some of this is starting to come back. I think that was Skeptic saying all that, because based on this picture here, yeah. They were paying for the League's stuff during their little training arc. Huh? Your baldy of a boss should be in a hospital, but instead you get to keep him in this hideout? Who'd you gonna thank for that? Aw, twice. At that same time as the Jakku hospital raid. My public face is the Detnerat CEO. It's been a while since I've had to say that word. Seems like forever. That was like, what, 2 arcs ago? Feels like. And my new role as a commander in the revolutionary following the Liberation Army's change in leadership. After the crusade of Daika City, I made these 2 faces of mine into 2 separate people themselves. So this is Redestro talking. So is this after he was captured, or is this so he's like saying as it was happening, right? So let's see here. Pulling such an underhanded trick like falsely requesting a joint venture into support items. Okay, he looking kind of spooky in that that panel right there. I knew you commission fools had been keeping me under surveillance, but there was the possibility that you couldn't forget our products either. What the hell is going on here? Did he kill people? I can't tell what any of this is. It's a good thing that I prepared 2 faces. I mean, it is true. He is a very two-faced bastard. So, yeah. Let's see here. Oh, it seems he did injure somebody. Couple people, actually. I don't think you would resort to these measures. This is the public order you seek to create. Is it something you... It is something you certainly needed. However, what we strive for is peace without order. How does that work? Because then you either end up in a dictatorship or some kind of, like, very uneven bartered system. You know, just... There's always been the whole, like, the strong lead the weak, but you kind of get more tyrannical if you go without order. So, genuine freedom. Liberate yourselves. And he's crumbling. Is that the crumbling sound? The seeds have already been sown. So, how is he disappearing? Or is this supposed to be one of the Twice clones? I'm confused now. Or maybe it was, the doctor did. I don't know. I'm totally confused. What the hell? Horikoshi, what have you done to my already forgetful, messed up brain? Let's see here. 6 hours since the attack on Tartarus. Okay, now we're back to this. Let's see. AM 3:06. Xi'an prison. Holy shit, they're attacking other prisons. There were other prisons. Okay, so they're like, free my brothers and sisters, so that we may start this era at full power. There's I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be All For One, but I may be wrong. And then there's some Nomu and a dude in the back. Baku Prison at 3:50. Damn, you people are quick. And then at 4:30 a.m., Kunin Prison. How many fucking prisons are there? Like, shit. I mean, it was bad enough when one, but it's like, I think everyone was like, oh, prison arc, bro. And then it was like one chapter, but it's like, no, this is like the biggest prison break ever. Like, we have not seen a prison break or a prison themed arc like this, or at least I haven't, since like season 3 of Walking Dead. Which kind of became a saga for, like, technically, because they lived there for what, 3 seasons, I believe. Been a while since I watched Walking Dead. I kind of fell off sometime after Alexandria. I have to really get back into that sometime. But anyway, so they're just attacking all the prisons. It's like, fuck your prison, free my people. Fuck your prison, free my people. We're gonna be evil. But anyway, I don't know. What the hell is that? Helicopters? Those might be the Ospreys. Oh, there he is. So that might have not been him that we saw. The emergency aircraft have only been operated through an employee's biometric identification. Or could only be. So he stole someone's DNA, and his 7 prisons were attacked. Wait, there were 7? I gotta go back. 1, 2, 3. I'm only counting 4. And that's including Tartars. And his 7 prisons were attacked by the near high-ends and escaped criminals from Tartarus. Prisoners from 6 of them had been freed. Wait. You mean so there's 8 prisons in all. Okay. But only one of them hasn't. Then how the hell did they hold up? Let's see here. 5:04 a.m. With this, my arrangements have been fulfilled. What a dramatic day. Wait. That's Tomura there. Though I'm not sure who's talking anymore. So, letting those wild people loose will make my trail difficult to track. Apologies to you all. But I ask that you watch over me while I rest. The Nomu looks half dead, by the way. It's like, I carried you, boss. May I sleep? Oh, just fucking die, you, and then just decays his ass. That should have been the way, but it's like, I guess you can't even spare a broken near high end or anything. So, anyway, so yeah, we got looks like Dobby, we got Spinner. And I can't quite make out the third guy. That might be Skeptic. It surprised me how well we connected over video games and stuff. So, who are you? Because you're not the one I chose to follow. Okay, I like that Spinner can actually tell the difference. Not to worry, I have the utmost respect for Tomura's wishes. Because I'm going to steal his body. Starting now, I'll have him rest his body and make him perfect. And once he's perfect, our desires will be achieved. I mean, he did kind of want the whole world to, like, crumble, so maybe that's also the crumbling sound. Is that, the prisons are breaking, a new world order is kind of coming into place, so we're breaking down the old world. Maybe that's it. I don't know. 2 days later. Hey, look, it's Bakugo. So he's in hospital. Ouch. Okay, he's getting the oxygen mask off. You're awake. So here comes fellow classmates. Shut up, where am I? What a relief, he's pissed off, so it means he's normal. His normal weird self. Don't make your Don't make that your standard for evaluating me. This is a Central Hospital, a hospital with some cutting edge and top notch medical treatment. But I'm seriously so relieved that I heard you were in the most critical state. I mean, they said you had a hole in your stomach. Wait. Oh, yeah. I forgot he got stabbed. Because it wasn't, like, after that one chapter, it's not as fully, like, mentioned as much, so my brain forgot something. So let's see here. Sorry if you can hear my parents in the back. Let's see here. Uh, I'll go get a nurse. Why don't you use a call button? What about Deku and Todoroki? I like that he's actually worried about them. That's showing his growth as a character ever more. I'm so happy even a delinquent like you made it. Sensei, senpai, an endeavor. So he's just constantly like thinking of everybody else. What happened to everyone? Oh, it's Gran Torino. But they all know that they're not in good condition. Shimura. I said that. You look like frickin' crap. Why can't I think of his name? Mineta's like weird dad because he has like these ball-looking hair things, but like a weird Yoshi bird face. But yeah, there's Gran Torino, and he's thinking of the seventh. Let's see, if you had waited even a moment longer, it would have been even worse. Well, I'm glad that they got Eraser there, so it's like that's good. And there's President Mike by his side, and that was the doctor speaking. Thanks to Lockrock and the others prioritizing your life, and you're here. Even Kavama Senpai? What? Who is that? Don't say it, Yamada. Just tell me how the students are doing. I love that he prioritizes everybody over himself. And the fact that Bakugo is also having that similar reaction, because, Eraserhead Aizawa has always, like, prioritized everything over himself. I mean, you saw what he did at USJ, and, in this arc as well. Those were, like, his biggest moments in that regard. So, the fact that Bakugo is also having the same kind of notions, given, it is his teacher, so it's a good benchmark to, like, view Bakugo's own growth. But, yeah. What is the fate of some of the others? Who the hell is that? Who's all wrapped up like a mummy over there? Oh, I see the scar. It's Todoroki. So he must have got burned or whatever pretty bad during his fight with Dabi. Or should I say, what's his name? Toki? No. What is his name? Oh shit. Toya, that's it. There's too many T names. But anyway. Let's see here. Looking out the window, there's quite a media presence, it looks like. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Aw, Ashido, don't cry. We ended up seeing Todoroki-san. It's alright. Aw, Momo, she's like, he is my one true. She's really holding it together there, because like if they don't become a couple, I'll be disappointed, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. But like fan fiction, fan art and everything, it's like they have to get together, right? Yeah, she's holding it together pretty strongly, though you can start to see the cracks. Do you have a connection to Endeavor? How is this condition at the or how is the shouldn't that be how is his condition? They added a T. How is his condition at this moment? Does Endeavor understand the current devastation across Japan? Everyone would like to know his relationship to Dabi. When will he hold a press conference? The man is in like a coma, it looks like. Like shit. The people are restless. We want to know. You literally watched on, as far as I know, on television all of this. So it's like, you should know he is down right now. It's like, where are you expecting a fucking press conference? Yeah, press conference. Like shit. That one is the root cause. And that's Todoroki's eye there. Say, his shining light beckons the dark and our demise. And there's the weird orb wizard that they encountered early on in this arc. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be him, right? See, there's a Todoroki watching his dad, and there's Hawks, who I wonder what his condition is. His flames were more powerful than father's. I couldn't win out in firepower. Those were the flames of a strong hatred. He kept watching all this time. All in order to disgrace father. He's destroying his own body and getting numerous lives caught up in the middle. Yeah, it's like 30. Let's see here. He's me. The me from before that day who burned his body. Oh. It can't be father. Toyoni has to be dealt with by me. Oh shit. Ho ho ho. Well, that's setting up a plot point right there, isn't it? I mean, it was obvious that he was probably going to be the one that would have to take in Dabi, but still, I still would have preferred, father-son dealing with him, But, okay. We kind of got a Sasuke versus Itachi moment setting up here. Let's see here. Shoto? Oh no. It's his siblings. Pleasure to meet you. Oh, Todoroki's older brother and sister. Todoroki's throat is burnt, so he's still... And he's just like, I can't see you right now. Calm down. If you keep moving around, you'll die. They told you not to be moving around too much. It's Bakugo, isn't it? He wants to know what happened to Deku, I bet. Shut up, you idiots. Jerking me around like that is what's gotten me killed. What's saying it like that's supposed to do? Like, I'm surprised that there isn't, like, some kind of, like, a nurse that can, like, just neutralize people. It's like, calm down, like a hypnosis power or something that, like, locks you up, and then you can easily be put into a bed, restrained, and then unlocked, or someone with telekinesis, and then they just like lift you up and you're like, wait, I hit my foot on my chair. Ow, that hurt my heel. But it's like you lift them up, they have like no friction, no momentum anymore, and then they can't really do anything because they can't interact with anything. So yeah, like I'm surprised that, his own students or fellow students are having to hold him back, and they're kind of doing a piss poor job considering one of them's freaking what is it? Seto. Is it? There's too many damn names to keep up in this series. Anyway, Sugar Man. If that idiot dies, I'll kill him. Why is that always the thing? Todoroki and most of the others have regained consciousness, but... So that was Sero and informing him of that. Oh, and there he is, and All Might by his side. Midori is the only one who hasn't shown any signs of waking up. Oh no. He pushed it too far. All of his limbs are broken. And God knows what his internal damage is looking like. And, utilizing so much of his power is so detrimental to him at this point. So, but we at least kind of know their statuses now. Endeavor, out of action. Todoroki is okay, though seemingly horribly burned. Bakugo is well enough, given that he was stabbed through the stomach. But he's getting around pretty good, though I wish he wasn't. Not so much, not so much that, that he's not, or he just shouldn't be moving around like this, given his injury, is what I mean. I like that he's able to still move around, obviously. So it didn't affect his spine, apparently, when he got stabbed. Because I'm pretty sure he got stabbed right through, didn't he? But yeah, so it didn't seem to affect his nervous system at all. Or very little. So he's like probably in the best condition, relatively speaking. Todoroki probably coming in at a close second. Aizawa, he's doing as well as can be expected. He seemingly can still see out of his eye. I mean, one eye was bandaged, so his powers probably aren't going to be as effective as they used to be, but maybe it'll heal or something. I'm not really sure, but then again, I guess he would be about as effective with one eye as he would with two, right? It's not like he's a chameleon and can look in two different directions. If he could, that'd be the weirdest freaking power ever. It's like, wherever I look, I can stop your powers. And it's like you can take on two opponents. It'd be weird. You give him a bionic eye, does his power transfer over to the bionic eye? Oh, then we get that chameleon power. But yeah, let's see. And then Gran Torino, he seems to be about as well as Endeavor, though he is consciously thinking. The only one we didn't see, like, anybody say anything, even in their mind, was Endeavor and Midoriya. Midoriya is probably straight up in a coma. I imagine he may be talking to some of the other former users, and like maybe they're filling him out on some of his new capabilities. He might wake up easily with another quirk once this, or have better control over the ones that he's already got. Just to maybe not be too OP. And just like, oh, I woke up and I got a new power. It's like, dude, you literally got two powers in that last fight. It's like the fandom wouldn't stand for that. So maybe he'll have like mental training in his head, getting like the danger detection quirk under full control. Maybe he can like control it to where it's not like, I can only imagine what that feels like in his head. Just pinging off all the time. Even over maybe the smallest things. I wonder how Spider-Man deals with that. It has to be so weird. And then, like, getting maybe a better idea about Quark, or not Quark, obviously the Quarks, but Float as well. Maybe some training alongside Banjo for Black Whip, and then, he's got a decent hold or grasp on, One for All. It's just, it's always a percentage thing. So maybe he'll up the percentage usage of that. And, yeah. So, yeah, he's probably going to be out of commission for a while. And, but I do like the character growth of Bakugo during this arc. Or last arc, I guess, and then continuing in this arc, because now we're in the Prison Break arc. So that's awesome. He's learning to care more than just himself. I mean, he wasn't always super selfish, but it's the way he goes about, like, just kind of a a neutral look or just angry outlook at everything. So, yeah. But then again, you have explosion powers, that's going to be your personality traits, I guess. So. But yeah, so there's that. Um, Todoroki is going to be probably going to start really training after getting out of the hospital so that he can find and then defeat Dabi. Or Toya. He'd probably start calling him Toya from then on, as he did in his, his thoughts. Um, and then we have all the stuff with the villains going on. It's yeah, they're going to have quite the recruitment drive. It's going to be another Deca City kind of deal, isn't it? Where like half the population or most of the population were people affiliated with them. It's like except now it's going to be really powerful villains. Like shit. Because these are people who were actually villains. So like, but to find out that there's that many of them is interesting. I mean, I guess it makes sense, sure. So maybe these aren't like as noteworthy prisons as Tartarus was. So maybe the criminals that they're freeing from there, they're going to be not so much affiliated with the new movement. They're just going to be kind of like the unaffiliated foot soldiers, as you were. Because, the whole like, how did All for One say it? It was like freedom without order and whatnot is like genuine freedom or whatever. How did he say it? But whatever, you know what I'm talking about, the line. It was early on in the chapter. But so yeah, like letting them be free to do whatever they want is just going to totally wreck society, which is apparently what he wants. He wants chaos. And he could easily bring it back into order. He's powerful enough. No single villain could ever defeat him. So he wouldn't have really any major adversaries because they'd be quickly put down. And I'm actually kind of wondering what the status of Giganto is. Because I assume they'll probably go find him at some point. But there's going to be a period of rest, so I'm actually kind of wondering what this arc is all going to be about. Like, we obviously know there's probably going to be a major spike in crime, and with the heroes, like, kind of being horribly tarnished, and, now they're going to be looked down upon. The police are going to just be, like, almost helpless against some of these people. So, I mean, there's probably still going to be heroes. We might see more vigilante stuff depending on if, like, heroes are going to start being, like, their status is, like, lawbringers, essentially, is going to be revoked or not. Maybe selectively, like Hawks and Endeavor are probably going to lose their license, but who knows. But, yeah. So I imagine things are going to get crazy from now on, especially when All for One wakes up from his like next period of evolution, of Tamura's body. So yeah. I wonder how long that's going to take. It might coincide alongside Deku's coma. Like, that could be, like they each had like a moment where they were like asleep or, whatnot. And then they have that moment of when they wake up, they're stronger than they were before. But Tomura's already had that once. Deku really hasn't. So he's going to yet be again at a disadvantage. So that's going to be problematic. But, yeah. I think that covers about everything Let me know your own thoughts and opinions on this chapter. Anything I missed, misunderstood, please let me know down below. Check out my other content, see what you like, suggest things for the future. Links down below for all my social media so you can keep up with my content and have ways to contact me. I stream on Twitch where I do gaming, and I'll tweet out when I go live, part of the One Punch Man podcast on Grim Reaper's channel, so go check that out. And as always, thank you for watching, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, Quiche-lings, a world of chaos has only just begun.